course has been designed to introduce you to the Nea Leadership Competency Framework. Following an introductory module that explains how the framework was developed and what it means to you as a leader, the course is organized by competency: advocacy, business, communication, governance and leadership, leading our professions, organizing. You can complete the course by going sequentially through each module or skip to different competency modules according to your interest. We do encourage you to complete all the modules and take the quiz in the summary so that you get a full picture of the competency ingredients of an NEA leader. When we speak of leadership, we are talking about leading at every level of the association in this challenging and politicized environment, from individual members to national, state, and local leaders. The NEA Leadership Framework articulates the specific competencies that contribute to effective leadership. That is important. Professional development is nearly impossible if you can't answer the question, what am I developing myself towards? We have answered that question with the NEA Leadership Competencies. Additionally, NEA is working with state and local affiliates to align leadership education with the competencies and offer our members specific developmental content. We expect that you will find this course very engaging because it delivers real stories from real NEA leaders to illustrate each of the competencies. This is not a framework that was developed in some leadership think tank. The competencies come straight out of NEA's strategic plan, and the behaviors and themes are the product of interviews and focus groups with NEA leaders across multiple levels of the organization. In other words, it was developed by NEA leaders for NEA leaders. We expect that this course will provide focus and direction for your leadership journey. The competencies are the benchmarks for leadership success, but are written broadly enough for you to work on in your day-to-day association activity. You don't have to wait for a course to become an association leader. That being said, in the near future, please look for announcements of conferences, training, and other education materials on our website to facilitate your ongoing learning and leadership. The word competency is used to describe the knowledge, skills, and abilities required for success in a job, whether it is a technical position like a programmer or a role like an organizational leader. Competencies are best developed through interviews and observations of high-performing role incumbents. While it is possible to speculate on the competencies needed for success, the truth is that real people in real roles tend to be more insightful about their skills and performance than a third party. A blended approach that combines education with on-the-job experiences and exposures is a good way to manage the development of your competencies. We typically think about increasing skills and knowledge through formal training, probably as a result of years of investment in the education system. However, we have recently come to understand that one of the more effective ways to acquire skills is to learn by doing, through assignments, shadowing, mentoring, and experimentation. In fact, research on high-performing managers reveals a higher emphasis on challenging assignments versus passive learning when these individuals attempted to increase their leadership skills. It is a good idea to learn the fundamentals of the competency in a classroom setting, but also try to steer your way to an assignment that gives you the opportunity to use that knowledge in a practical way. Now let's take a look at the NEA Leadership Competency Model and Framework. The NEA Competency Model is made up of competencies that are closely linked to the organization's strategic plan: business, governance, and leadership, organizing, advocacy, leading our professions, and communication. Each competency includes a short definition and a list of themes that are the core content elements for the competency. These themes act as an organizing construct for the behaviors and provide us with the key topics for training and development planning. They are displayed at increasing levels of proficiency, from Level 1, which is foundational, to Level 2 and Level 3, which are more advanced behaviors. The behaviors are good illustrations of the theme and competency, but are not the only ways that outstanding performance can be demonstrated. We encourage you to think first about the competency in its broadest sense, and all it implies for your organization and role. Then, use the themes to narrow your focus to the specific content areas that should be targeted for training and development. Finally, look at the individual behaviors and use them as performance benchmarks as you build your competency from Level 1 to Level 3. The NEA leadership model is directly aligned to the strategic framework. So, the resulting list of competencies, themes, and behaviors are not only good indicators of leadership, but ones that also advance our vision and mission. We are confident that the NEA Competency Framework is the right model for our leaders and association at this time in its history. However, as we move forward, there may be additional competencies, themes, and behaviors that are required to meet new challenges. We will ensure that the framework is dynamic and kept fresh with the introduction of new items and training and development resources. The NEA competencies are a tool to support continuous learning and are intended to be broadly applicable across the organization for NEA, affiliates, and individual members. However, the competencies are very robust, and no one is expected to instantly achieve the highest level of proficiency across all competencies and all levels. They serve instead as a benchmark to inspire development and show what association leaders should know and be able to do over the course of their careers. Perhaps the most significant dependency in leadership development is the individual leader's own commitment. Many leaders make the mistake of trying to save time on their calendars for a specific leadership development event. We remind you to think about leadership development as an ongoing and organic process, with development opportunities happening each and every day of your career. Make time to reflect on what you are learning about yourself and the association as a leader. The most successful leaders of our time are deeply reflective about their own skills and observant of the reactions they are getting from those they are leading. So, ask yourself whether you are leveraging your leadership skills to organize and advocate for educators, students, and the association. Are you making the best use of budgets and resources? Are you communicating in a way that inspires others and provides clarity of purpose? There are many questions you can ask yourself based on the NEA leadership competencies. The answers will help you instantly calibrate how you are doing as a leader. It all comes down to the commitment you are willing to make. We're betting that you make this the time that you accelerate your leadership journey.